This article was published in October of 1996. It's amazing that to find any of this information, we basically have to go back to the 90s. Now the press is so controlled in America. It's ironic and hilarious that we think that we have a free press in America. So this was published, by the way, in the Washington Report on Middle Eastern Affairs, entitled Spook, Terrorist, or Criminal: America's Mysterious Files on Netanyahu. So I'm going to read you the relevant portion that blew my mind here. It says Netanyahu has lived both in Israel and the United States. He held dual citizenship, which enabled him to travel freely between both countries. Like every U.S. citizen, Netanyahu has a social security number, a credit account, and numerous other files in a variety of government offices. Okay. Nevertheless, Netanyahu's files differ from those of most U.S. citizens. The Israeli weekly publication entitled Hayir, that is a publication that is weekly out of Tel Aviv, reports that 4 requests for credit approval appear in the U.S. Social Security file number, and they gave the number of his Social Security. Under each request, one finds a different name: Benjamin Netanyahu, Benjamin Nitai, John J. Sullivan, and John J. Sullivan Jr. One man, 4 names. Benjamin Netanyahu is the name Israel's current prime minister now uses. In June of 1973, during his studies at MIT, Netanyahu submitted a petition to the Boston court asking to change his name from Netanyahu to Nitai. The petition was approved. Thus, the second name has an explanation. The last 2 names, however, remain a mystery. Furthermore, the address attached to these names, somewhere in Malibu, California, does not exist. Who then is John J. Sullivan? They looked into Netanyahu's credit account. The file is supposed to hold information regarding bank accounts, loans, credit cards, and so forth. Yet surprisingly, the file was empty. Netanyahu's Social Security file. Netanyahu's file has a different classification than most. They were denied access not merely due to the 1974 Privacy Act, but because the file had a quote-unquote confidential classification. Such a classification only applies to 5 categories of people: those who work for one of 3 federal agencies, the FBI, the CIA, the IRS, or those who are considered to be terrorists or criminals. Since it's unlikely that Netanyahu fits the latter 2 categories, or that he worked for the IRS, it appears that he was on the payroll of a secret agency, the CIA or the FBI.